What? Hello, hello. Hello, interwebs. We are back with my favorite bandits, the Tech Bandits.
Yeah, we steal
And
you stuff.
what was that?
We steal stuff for you.
You steal stuff. That's right. Yeah, they're basically my little group of
Thieves.
like thieves. Like what was that? What was the novel?
Uh,
Was that David
oh,
Copperfield?
are you talking about Oliver Twist?
Oliver Twist. That's what I mean. Right. You could be like I could be Fagin to your Oliver Twists.
I haven't actually watched Oliver Twist or read it or whatever. Or I know is
I,
it's good, I
I
guess.
always quite liked it, just because there was something kind of cool about this like citywide group of like pickpockets who were like really good at it and stuff.
Oh,
I thought that was kind of neat. Now
yeah,
I
and
have
then
one thing that I think I better confess to everybody on
yeah.
this. First off, I better make sure everyone can hear everything okay. Everyone can hear? Yes, we can hear them. Fantastic. Okay. So
Hey,
first off, I will say, look, this is a Tech Bandit session, so I will definitely be more focused on the bandits and on what they have to say. I will try to sort of pop into the chat every so often, and feel free to throw stuff at us, because I know that many of our bandits are very good at reading the chats and going, "Hey, that's cool." But I think we may need to rename the Squirrel Cam, because guess who came to visit this morning while I was talking to Cal and setting up?
Jane?
Nope, a giant rat. So there was a giant rat, big fat rat, came waddling into the middle of the Stargate and ate a whole bunch of the food and just kept going and going and coming back and going and coming back. So it's a rat cam now.
I can.
But I think
Nice.
it means that Jane is going to ban my feeding of the birds now. How do you
Well,
feed birds but not feed the rats?
Oh, you have to
Riddle me
put
that.
the bird
Ratgate.
food on a big pole and then make the pole like slippery so it can climb up the pole.
But it's on
yeah,
a
I know.
tree.
I'm on the call.
They can't
Oh.
even get to it.
Uh,
But it feels
Okay.
like the birds go in, they seem to,
Um,
or maybe the squirrels, they shake it, all the stuff comes down.
um,
Next thing you know, you got
Jitterbug.
Mr. Fat Rat wandering by. But but does that mean I have to stop feeding the birds? That might
No,
be a
that
good
just
question,
mean that
actually.
is that when you do when you cover get to an issue, you just use tech on.
So maybe set up the laser to take out the rats.
Ooh.
Can you imagine?
I
Put
don't
You
know
imagine
about that.
put a
get a
sign
cat.
saying no rats. And then
Yeah, a sign that says no
and
rat.
find them.
But
Find
first you
Big
have
them.
to
brain
teach the
time.
rats how to read.
Yeah?
We
Okay.
need starter. Okay, so far what we got is start a rat school to teach rats to read.
Right.
Then
First we educate the rats.
first we educate the rats. Then we introduce
We
them
build an
into
army.
the rat society. We
Right.
make sure they have good, affordable homes and a self-sustaining job.
Very good.
Then
And then we ban them.
we ban them. But they have jobs and bakeries. Why do they need for food?
Well, this is the weird thing, is I would have thought that oh, look, we got birds in there too now. I would have thought that
Oh, yes.
they'd be more interested in the restaurants and stuff up there, but I'm
Okay.
wondering if maybe because
I
of
will.
the shutdown, the way things have slowed down, maybe
What?
there's less food for them.
3 or 4, I think.
I'm
Is that possible?
Yeah.
They probably don't make more food than is necessary because they don't want to waste money, right? They don't want to throw away food. So
Right.
if you order in, they'll give you what you need, and they won't have much extra. So
Do
maybe,
you think
or
they're more
maybe,
efficient
the
now?
rat was just walking by and decided, here's some food. I'm gonna eat some.
Maybe. Maybe. I like your optimism, but I have a feeling that, you know, I wish I could show you the footage, because he's a really adorable little guy. Like, he's not a huge rat, but he looks very healthy. He looks like he's been well fed. It looks like he's been to the gym. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
If there
No.
was a
You
rat
have an
that could
Apple
read,
Watch
I would have said
too?
this is the one.
Anyway, I know, yeah.
So
I'm just put it in the Nintendo bag, maybe.
oh,
Oh
You
yeah.
may want to. Hey, Commander, you may want to. You may
Yeah, I'm
want to
gonna mute myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no worries, bud.
I noticed a lot more bother from pigeons. Oh, that's interesting.
A lot more bother from what?
Pigeons.
Oh yeah, there was.
No more chip bags and stuff. That makes sense though.
No. No more chip
That's
bags.
interesting.
Well, raccoon. We could name it the rat cam because raccoons. I mean, not raccoons. Squirrels are just sort of like furry rats. In some ways.
Yeah, they really are, aren't they? I'm not sure what the distinction is because they both, just one of them has a prettier tail, really.
And a smaller, cuter face. Or actually,
I've definitely noticed.
depends. I think it depends.
I think Fumbles McStupid's got a good point. I have seen pigeons here, which I've never seen before. We've never had full-size pigeons in our backyard, and they're now coming in to eat the food as well. So.
Full-sized? Is there like half-sized pigeons, medium pigeons?
Well, like there are like pretty pigeons, and then there's like those ugly city pigeons.
Oh. So you mean how there's like pigeons, and then how there's rats with wings.
Yes. Well, basically these are the rats with wings, full on.
Squirrels taste better.
Has anyone actually eaten a squirrel?
I'm guessing Michael 10 has, because
Flying rats.
Exactly.
It's one of my favorite names, by the way, is the Toasted Fart. Why you would want to be called Toasted Fart, I don't know, but it certainly gets your attention. So.
Oh, that's actually really cool. What
Did you hear that?
O'Meal? I'm probably butchering your name so bad, but here he said, what about an ultrasonic device? I think frequency chosen affects which animal/bird can hear it and is deterred by it.
I like that. In our email, we had a thing all about ultrasonic and stuff. Hey, Pixie Rose, thank you so much. Pixie Rose is back and happy to support you two, apparently. You too. There's like hundreds of us here now. Thank you, Pixie Rose. I like the ultrasonic thing. That'd be
I'm here now, too.
What was that?
I'm here, too. In a few months, this channel isn't going to be yours anymore. It's going to be mine.
True. Yeah, it's true. Noodle the Raccoon. It's going to be Noodle the Raccoon Cam. It'll just be Abby in the Stargate, like with her face in the Stargate. I meant to clean the window before I started today because we had that storm. That's what I love about the Squirrel Cam. It's incredibly distracting. So let me look through the email I sent. Anything jump out at you? What do people like or not like? Or
something cool I saw was the whole stuff how Disney's doing all this like face recognition and like face swap and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, isn't it? So that caught my eye because I was like, why is Disney now like one of the leading face replacer? They call them deep fakes, right? Because they're this attempt to try to make video as sort of manipulable as images, right? Like with a photo, you can't really trust a photo, right?
No.
Or do you? When you see a photo, do you automatically believe it?
If it's a photo I took, yes.
I see. So, but that's an eyewitness account then.
Wait, this sort of reminds me of like from Alta. His name's Ko or something. It's like K-O-H, and he steals faces.
Really? Oh, you mean like from Game of Thrones?
Oh, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, because in Game of Thrones there was a whole group that used to be able to take on faces as well. You're right. You probably weren't watching Game of Thrones, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a little brutal. But what's interesting about this face swapping stuff is that
I have a name for the rat.
What was that?
You should name the rat Scrat. That's a good idea.
Oh yeah, or Scratch. I was thinking maybe Rodney. Someone's already named a rat of some sort or a mouse that they have as a pet.
Ooh, adapt facial recognition to recognize animal species and emit an ultrasonic sound when a rat appears.
How cool would that be?
Yeah.
But that would be interesting. So in order to do that, though, we'd have to find out which frequencies affect which animal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so does anyone have any animal or insect phobias?
I don't like
Does anybody
spiders.
not like anything?
I don't like anything with more than 4 legs. If it's like a bug or something.
Okay, so Alma, you don't like spiders.
The way they move, it's just okay, here's the thing. Like, I don't like them in my house. That's my thing.
Right.
Like, I am a bit okay. And with spiders, it depends because like the one time you brought black widows, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they were neat.
But
You
then
think,
there's those bugs, those like centipede like bugs that have like 50, 100 legs. They just crawl.
what are they called, those things?
Ugh.
Glenn, do you know what they're called? Those weird things that have like... Are they...
It might be millipedes or centipedes.
It is a centipede. Okay, all right.
But like they have like 500 legs, and one time I was in my bathroom and one like ran across the floor, and I like jumped up on the toilet and I screamed because
Did you see what ICS Press said? Or CES Press said that they have a phobia of their wife or daughter finding a spider. Because that's terrifying in itself.
David.
I think we'd struggle with more than several PhD level computer scientists currently working on machine learning image recognition for bacteria. It is way harder than I thought it would be. Yeah, but the neat thing about image recognition, James, is that how when it gets better, it gets like exponentially better. So we'll start seeing huge jumps. So you just see the rat.
Yeah, someone saw the rat. I was about to say someone saw the rat.
Oh, he'll come back then. You wait, or she. Rat cam.
Rat cam.
Aw, and the bird's like, I'm ready for my close up.
Okay.
So who do we have now? We've got. Did Baz join us? Hey, Baz.
What?
All we got was what?
Hey, sorry.
We have a rat now. Yeah, Pac-Man, we do have a rat now.
We have a rat now. Did
Wait,
you see the rat?
We're either naming it Scat.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Where?
It's in the sunlight right now. I'm a little bit ahead.
Oh,
because
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Cool.
my God.
That's a big rat.
We are so screwed. Do you know how much trouble I'm in now?
Was that?
I have led a rat to our... They're just land pigeons, says Toasted Fart.
And
It's so hard
they're
to
just
say his
guy
name.
rats.
Yeah. Squirrels and rats and birds, oh my. Yeah, no kidding.
Pet rats are cute. I have a friend that has like a pet rat.
Pet rats. One of my little sisters had a rat and loved it. I mean, they're smart and very trainable animals.
I wanted a rat when I was little.
The problem with all rodents to me is that they tend to be a bit smelly. I mean, I suppose dogs are smelly too.
And like litter boxes aren't very fresh either.
I'll tell you though, I'm definitely going to look into the idea of different frequencies attracting or scaring away different types of animals, because I think that could be very cool. You know that they have something I believe it was in the UK they were using, which emitted a frequency that only teenagers could hear. And I thought it was a joke at first. But there's literally a frequency that only the teenagers could hear, and it stopped them from sort of like going behind the portables and smoking cigarettes or doing drugs or hanging out and doing terrible things. You know what I mean?
Sorry to interrupt, but I have to go.
What?
Oh.
Vacation.
20 minutes.
Oh, so you're vacationing? Oh, fantastic. Well, have a great trip. And keep an eye out for any science you can share with us next time.
All right, see ya.
All right, have
Goodbye.
fun, buddy. So, vacation. Oh, are they going away for vacation? Are we allowed to start leaving again and things like that now?
Maybe
knows?
a cottage.
Maybe a
Lots
cottage.
of people are going up to cottages.
Yeah, that's true. But that's interesting, though, because if we go to cottages, if the city has a bigger I know our outbreak has basically sort of died down for the time being, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah,
I think.
kind of.
Much better. We had the first
my-
day yesterday with no deaths.
Oh, really?
Isn't it weird to be talking about no deaths as a good thing?
Yeah.
Like, how weird is it that we live in a time that we count how many people are sick and died? It's very weird. Okay, so I'm going to look into frequencies for animals because I think that's really interesting and a possible solution to our rodent problem. But let's go back to face swaps for a second because I find this kind of creepy. Like, what do you do? Like, you saw that little image that I included in the email. It's very hard to tell which one is not the filmed one, right?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find the links for people here, so other people can enjoy this with us. All right, so here you go. I'll go to here.
Okay. Someone said that they had the old box-shaped TVs emitted a sound at a frequency that only young people can hear. They had turn off the TV when my math teacher had. I'm guessing in his
high school.
Because
sound made me sick. Interesting. Wow. So this reminds me of a thing. There was an embassy in Cuba, and everyone started getting sick and headaches, and they think it was some kind of a possible sound weapon or something that was being used on them. Because sound can make you very, very sick, right? So Sally Sal was getting severe vertigo from the sound.
Wow.
Interesting. So Fumbles With Stupid, one of their students did a project on deepfakes. You just need computer memory and a lot of time. Well, and the AI of this, like, you'd think it was as simple as going like, oh, you take a picture, you take a video, you just try to do the same kind of stuff and you stick the face on. And that's how they used to do it. But now, what they do is they analyze every tiny movement in the face, have a computer, an artificial intelligence, work out where to put all of those features that you want to put on the face, which makes them a billion times better from a fake standpoint. But let me ask you this. What happens if someone takes Obama and makes him say something completely wrong? Like he says that that he's really not a Canadian. He's not really an American citizen. What if someone gets him to say that?
How do you get his voice to say that?
That's something
also,
else. You've got to. Well, you answer that.
You also need the face moving in the same. You also need his face moving in those words.
But that's the point of this deepfake stuff. It analyzes all of these images, all of this video, all of this audio, and it can recreate it for you. So somewhere in the world, he would have said maybe passport or citizenship or not or I. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
You could the AI can pull all of that stuff and then recreate every separate feature of the president's face, the former president's face, and make him lie. So what do you do when you can't trust anything you see? What happens when it gets so good that you've got no way of knowing? Isn't that weird? Am I the only one who finds that absolutely terrifying?
Yeah, my mom just said that's very scary.
So, but it's kind of interesting. So Disney, this is another great way back to, we got into the whole idea of like cultural bias and stuff in technology. We were talking about why this racist hand sanitizer that wouldn't dispense soap for anybody with other than a white hand. Bag of chips, you missed that, but it's basically technology that wasn't tested properly on a wide enough audience, so it only worked on white hands.
Wow.
Yeah. So just to give you an idea of just how sort of myopic or blinkered sometimes the technology creators are. So, I don't think it was as simple as that. I think it was something to do with like the lighting and all that kind of stuff. But the point being is it wasn't tested on enough people of color to make this thing work. They were having to take a napkin or a paper towel and trick it into giving it soap. Right? So it's sort of funny, but also at the same time really worrying. So the idea that Disney is creating a technology, this brilliant new technology, which will allow it to do what? Like, why would Disney want to be able to swap faces? Any ideas?
Oh, well, if you have a movie, right? And or maybe let's say, you're creating like a book.
I'm
like,
sorry, are
in
we
a
keeping
movie.
you up?
No, I'm just tired.
Yeah, you and me both. I'm not sleeping either.
You're making a movie about a book and you're recreating it, and the character is
Right.
supposed to have green eyes. Your actor is allergic or doesn't like their actor's eyes can't deal with the contact. You
Okay.
get someone else with the right shaped and right colored green eyes, and you layer those on top of the actor's green eyes.
So that's like, yeah, so visual effects wise, you could certainly change the color of eyes. That's actually got to the point where it's like point and click now, where they can track the eyes and change the colors. But let me throw this at you. Would you want Tom Cruise is a bad example because he does all of his own stunts, but let's say you've got, all right, give me a movie star you like. Bag of chips, who do you like?
I'm not sure.
Oh, because you watch only anime.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's say Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Okay? You've got your lead guy. What is his name? Something Peralta.
Jake Peralta.
Jake. So Jake Peralta has to fall out of a building and land in a puddle. What happens if your actor gets injured?
And
Stunt double?
then you have to delay filming.
Insurance.
You get a new actor.
You get a new actor.
Yeah.
You get sued a
I mean,
lot of
plenty of
money.
actors, it's true.
A lot of money.
But you
Bad they
basically,
didn't-
production shuts down. They freak out. And you have to get a new actor. You are so evil. Well, just get another actor. There's a million.
Well,
out
I mean, you have to if they're like critically injured. Then yeah.
Yeah.
there. But that's kind of difficult to do if you filmed a film trying to replace someone. But this is actually that's actually a really good point though. So if you were silly enough to throw your leading actor off a building into a puddle, and they were incapacitated in such a way that you couldn't use them, this technology could be used to put their face and their performance and their voice onto another actor, and it would still look like Jake Peralta, right?
Yeah, but then you have to pay double the people. You still have to get.
I hadn't even thought of that. So you think you'd have to license his voice and personality?
Well, yeah, because
but-
first of all, because he's gonna have to say all those words in a natural way enough for you to put it on the new actor, especially if he's saying stuff that isn't isn't, especially if he's saying new words or a new character name.
Right. But sorry, Eleanor, you were gonna jump in or something, or was it Lorenzo? One of the two of you were gonna jump in.
I was gonna say something and then I forgot what I was gonna say. So
Well, then you're gonna fit in perfectly here because I do that all the time.
yeah.
I guess what this is saying is that you don't have to get anybody to say anything that they haven't already said. So, in other words, it's taking just little bits of noises that you have already issued and turn that into whatever they want you to say.
A lot
Which
longer to make the movie then.
What was that?
It would take a very long time to make the movie though if you're going to do all that.
Yes, right now. But what happens when it gets faster? Like, what if do you license, like, do I go and do all the stuff I do, put it in a library and say, okay, if you want me in your movie, just download the files. And then you've got virtual actors, right?
But then
Somewhere-
like everyone would lose their jobs basically.
Right. Oh, we're always worried about jobs, aren't we?
I think the biggest problem with that though is you're gonna have to change the tone of some of the words, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you would have to record an entire album of words that are just motionless, and then they have to get technology to change the tone, and then they have to get then they still need someone to be there doing the body language or whatever,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Because, I mean,
for example, if you need to be crying in a scene, you have to film yourself crying.
I actually, I don't think you actually do.
no,
Why
but
not,
like,
Baz?
Because knowing the technology that we have now, you'll be able to make a CG face doing everything you want. I actually think it's a much smarter idea than getting actors.
no, but
This
like,
is not going well for actors.
and no, but if you're an actor, like, if they just get everyone to say these things and like record it, it's not going to be the same as like actual acting. Because
But that,
Yeah.
why does that matter? You're still getting your movie. You're still getting your
yeah,
product.
but it
No
wouldn't
one
be like
needs
a good
actors.
movie. It wouldn't be like
Yeah, I
impressive
don't think it'll be as
acting.
good.
So you don't
Because
think
it's just going to be people like it'd be the same as people just like reading from their scripts because they're just it's like pre-recorded stuff just being said.
That's an
Right.
interesting point.
I
That's an interesting
think it
point.
would be
How
much
is that
better.
great? It'd be a terrible movie because like it won't seem real.
Yeah, exactly.
no.
I think
But some of the CG, like, let me think of a movie with really good CG.
Gantz? What was that one that we saw?
How about Pacific Rim?
Okay.
Oh,
The
yeah, that's a good movie.
robots in the Pacific Rim, they look like they blend into the background amazingly. Just do that, but with actors. You won't see a difference.
Hmm.
And you won't have to hire background actors. You can just get
Yeah, but
stock
they're like
background
it would sound
actors.
fake because
But how would
it's
you-
not
I
actual
understand it
acting.
would feel fake, but the next
Oh, way to go, guys. You killed Baz.
for the next couple of generations, no one will notice it. I promise you.
Ah.
But
I think-
that's kind of sad then if no one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of sad if you
But
can't tell the difference between CG and real people.
I think that's a much smarter idea. I don't like the idea
then-
of actors right now.
Then no one could be actors like ever. That's so sad. Like,
You guys are the worst.
Bad. You're
Yeah,
talking
I
about
think-
picking up all actors in front of
I'm
David.
just saying.
No.
Yeah,
I agree with
well,
Baz.
think about that with robots. It'll be much better if a robot does everything that we want him to do.
Oh no!
Yeah.
People like
no, I.
acting, Baz.
That you don't, that you
Also, the
can't
fact is,
ever act
it needs to be.
like plays and stuff. They sound amazing, but I think that big Hollywood blockbuster movies and stuff like that, it would be much smarter to have CG.
I have a sort of a sense of agreement here because I feel like there are so many problems with having actors in movies. They get hurt, they get sick, they do inappropriate or stupid things, and then your movie can't be released and you lose a lot of money.
Yeah,
Now, the
But then,
first
like,
movie-
then no one can become an actor like in the future, which is like.
No,
sad.
you still can, but you just don't do like the big.
Yeah, no, but that's like.
blockbuster movies.
Do you want to apply for this job where like you get to send your voice off to these people and you don't actually get to do anything like fun acting, but you're getting
next-
famous for your
next thing-
voice.
Yeah. Next thing you know,
There's-
That's like-
musicals just be realistic robots. Like seriously.
Yeah,
it's
like-
Well,
not-
that's the next thing on my
Who's
list.
gonna apply to that job though? Like just to send their voice off to something, like and then
Right.
they'll make it into a movie.
I might.
Yeah, I would.
I would.
It's
Yeah,
the
but, like-
dream for voice actors.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
said
but
something that I
nightmare
thought
for
was quite
actual
interesting.
actors.
So,
But
you know, in
voice actors
Stranger
are
Things-
actual actors.
Haha.
Let me throw an example at you for a second. One of the first movies that I saw that was completely animated with sort of realistic humans was based on a video game, and I can't remember the name of it. Someone will find it for me. But the reality was, it was beautiful. It looked amazing. They looked so human, and they acted like a really dull soap opera because they weren't real. And there's this thing called the uncanny valley, which is that we are
I hate the
trained.
Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, so you've heard of that.
Yeah, it's like the weird place in between human and not human that's like really creepy for some reason.
Yeah, and it's kind of a defense mechanism. It's like for us for looking for, I don't know what the defense. What are we worried about? Are we worried about
Disguised
there's going to be
predators, like a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, But what did you think in our instinct is saying to look out for? Are we looking out for? Maybe there were alien shapeshifters or something that we were looking out for.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's just because robots.
Maybe I'm an alien shapeshifter wanting humans to go extinct. Huh?
Oh.
That's why Baz is trying to get rid of all
That's
actors.
why I'm trying to get it all.
Well,
Damn it.
I think what's interesting now is that when we watch these big action movies, Baz, when he was much younger, and still now to some extent, will say CG or he would used to say cartoon, because you'd see the actors and they'd be talking, and as soon as they went and did anything dramatic, they immediately looked unreal, right? Have you seen that, like in the Avengers movies and stuff? Where...
But if everything's CG, you won't have to think about any of that because it would all be.
Thank you, Cal. It was Final Fantasy. You're right. It was the Final Fantasy movie. We saw one recently. Baz, what was what we saw recently? Was it Gantz?
Gantz. What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Not
Yeah.
appropriate for everybody.
You know, I saw the trailer for that. Like, I thought it was real people until it zoomed in, and I was like, what?
That's it. It's got way better. And by the way, Bag of Chips, it's really good.
It's
Like,
so
Okay.
it's an anime fighter, but live action.
Yeah.
It's insane, and it's a really cool concept and stuff too. It's really fun, but it is not a kids movie, so I did not recommend it. I deny all knowledge of anyone telling you to watch that movie because it's great. Same thing for you, Eleanor Renza. But it's just a really violent, very well done animated film, basically. Yeah,
Wow.
Beowulf was another one which I didn't see, but that uncanny valley was very, very odd to me. But I think what's interesting here is that when I think something to look out for is when anyone says, "Yeah, but computers are no good at that," or "Technology isn't good enough they're not good enough at it yet." The reality is, it's only going to get better, right? So I'm kind of with Baz on this. I think eventually we're not going to know the difference, and if we want to create, I see a world where, maybe not necessarily a good world, but I see a world where the studio will say, like, okay, we want an interracial female who is very tall, has one green eye, one blue eye, has certain features that help people sell the dresses that she'll be wearing in it, or the suits that she'll be wearing in it,
And you
and
got
they
a
will
perfect
create
model.
a character.
It's genius.
Thank you, Baz.
No, it
And good night.
One thing that I think you would lose though, if you had that kind of like
Baz,
CGI
let Lorenzo finish,
actors,
okay?
Sorry.
but one of the things, you know, in TV shows like for example, you know, in Stranger Things 11.
I do.
So one of the things about her is you like can understand so much about her just from her actions. Like she doesn't have to say much, and you can still like understand exactly what she's thinking and stuff.
Right.
And I think that would be very difficult to replicate in CGI.
I agree.
I think it. Okay. I
think
personally,
you
I
would-
think it would be better to replicate because then you can get any facial actions that you wish.
But the reason
Isn't it
why
impossible
you
for
can
that to
but
do
like-
in anime?
Yeah. Even impossible ones created an anime.
Like when the
Exactly.
mouse is on the side
movies
of her head.
that are
Okay,
movies that are
and
like,
that's just creepy.
but if you think of movies that are like animated or traditional cartoon movies, then the reason why like it's usually harder for them to be like emotional or something is because they're not like they don't look human. And I think you would lose that because you would still know that it's not an actual human being that you're watching.
Mm.
How about this?
Yeah, like
Although-
you're not gonna watch a movie and then like feel for some robot like, oh, that's so sad, because you know they
It's
like,
just a robot? Wait a
Yeah.
second. How did you feel about Wall-E?
oh, that I didn't really like that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Just
same.
robots. You're just
That movie I've never liked. It's just been like, yeah.
Well, how
So
about
it's hard
this?
to-
Think past the technology part of everything, of the fact that, oh, it would be so great, but think about the thing that, like, there are actual people that love acting, and that is, like,
Yeah,
their dream
exactly.
job. and it's
Yeah,
not how
you're
realistic.
talking to one.
Maybe it's just more about like there's people that want to be creative and express their creativity through acting, and taking away that job to replace them and make them computer programs and just and
Great.
they find just boring.
How? Hey,
I think that's awesome.
Well, I think look, I
that's
think,
like if you told like every person who wants to be like an author on robots could just generate stories and then sell them.
And
oh my
probably
gosh, what's
be
going to happen
super
when they can do that?
creative.
And then every person
maybe
who
it
like
won't be.
likes writing has lost their job in the future.
Yeah, well, maybe
then, like-
maybe people that write books for a living, maybe authors don't also have creative stories.
I'll see if I can find the link, but you know that in Hollywood, they did test an AI program to write a script based on other hits. I don't think it was a film that could be made, but they did use a computer to write things. And James is saying that it had already been used to write books. But let me step back for a second, because when films first happened, nobody stopped going to see plays, right?
No.
Oh yeah.
I mean, less people saw plays maybe, but they still existed, right?
It's like a bigger deal to go and see because they're like,
Right. Okay.
yeah.
So then when television came along, everyone said, well, that's it. That's the end of movies. Wasn't. So in fact, I would go so far as saying that nowadays theater is more popular than ever. And that's all live, right? So
Yeah.
I don't think any of these things has to get rid of, like, wipe out everything else. There could be an awful lot of live theater. In fact, there's probably be quite a lot of demand for live theater, I would imagine.
Yeah,
or
that's
theater or
exactly
film
what I was
stuff.
saying.
Yeah?
It was just
That's
that
what you're saying?
it would be good. It'd be even better for I honestly, yeah, I think it would be even better for the acting community.
I mean, video games, they do motion capture. They also now do sort of facial capture. What do they call it? Andy Serkis preferred to call it performance capture. So Andy Serkis is the guy who obviously came to fame because of Lord of the Rings playing Gollum. And he sort of made a career out of doing this performance capture stuff. And the reason why he likes to call it performance capture is because he wants it to be recognized as a type of acting. Like, they take his acting and they put it on these CG creations, but it's still a human, dictating what those looks are. Now, the CG people, so the computer people, would say, yeah, sure, Andy, but the reality is we have to create all of this. And if we want you to look sad in a scene and you're not sad, we just put your eyebrows down a bit. You know what I mean? So that they have control over the performance. Yes, he also played Caesar.
Control.
That's right, in Rise of the Apes.
That means like if you like, that means surely like not like everyone. But if you go for an audition for like a movie, and then they're like they're like, this person can't get the part because she can't do this scene. That would be a problem because like anyone who auditions, they could just say, this person's really bad at crying or like giving emotion, so we'll just edit in this part and then they have the part. So surely,
Interesting.
like, anyone could become an actor then, because
So as soon... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was done. Yeah.
That's interesting because I've definitely been in situations where I've either talked to people after an audition that I didn't get, or talked to people after auditions that they didn't get, or whatever. And sometimes, directors will take ideas from other actors who've come in for the same part and said, like, there was this one guy did this kind of really cool thing where he did this. And of course, your first instinct is like, well, fine, so hire him. But sometimes they'll say, like, I just really like the way they went with this. And then they took that. So you're saying that computers could take that and you hire one person and then use whatever performance you want.
Yeah, because like I mean, I'm saying it's like a bad idea though, because then like there's less bigger of a thing of like you're a really good actor, because then if you see a movie and like this scene, you could say this scene was amazing, but that one scene actually had been computer generated. So
It's going to be weird when we get tricked into believing that a character is real. Like, I'd love to find out if there's a point where someone will see a scene and go, "Oh my god, that was so good. Who is that actor?" Oh, it's computer generated. I mean, they're already characters. Baz, who was that TikTok or Instagram woman who wasn't a woman? She was actually a CG creation. She was just signed by a talent agent. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's a fake person.
Yeah, it's a fake person. She even has freckles and things. Like they've made her imperfect in the way she's not imperfect, but you know what I mean. She doesn't look like a generic character. She's very much sort of personalized into something unique and different. Oh yeah, Simone. There was this terrible movie. Was it terrible? I seem to remember not liking it. Simone, that's right, about the idea of a CG character. But so so let's just get a sort of a show of hands here. Bag of chips. Would you be pro or against this kind of stuff?
I'm not sure.
Because you have some interest in performing as well, right? You have some interest
Kind
in
of.
acting? Yeah.
But
what is
like,
it that you like about it?
I mean, it's changed to voice acting now, so it would be good for me, but...
Voice acting. That's cool. There's a lot of stuff on the internet about that. And there's a few voice actors who actually not follow us, but who are a part of the chat sometimes as well.
Oh, cool.
What's great about voice acting is that that's something you can sort of set up at home. Well, your mom, her podcast, like did she do any training?
I don't think so. She might have, though.
Because she definitely puts on a podcast voice and stuff, and it sounds amazing. I'm gonna put a link to it because I really think everyone should listen to this podcast because I absolutely love it. And what I think is important. The new normal. Actually, Abby, you might like this too. Alma, you might like this too. I never spell your mom's name right. There we go. I'm looking it up right now so I can put the link in. Here we go. Okay. So I'm gonna do that. This is my clicking and doing links. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, we have a name here. Amy Yamato.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how it?
What is in relation to what?
The chat.
Oh yes. Here we go. I'm gonna paste.
So she.
Amy Yamato. I think that's it, James. I think you're right. And there is a link to Bag of Chips' mom's podcast that I'm talking about, which is just amazing. Like, it's like my favorite podcast right now. Disney did Mary Poppins Leah. All the reason I needed to test them. So they made Princess Leia into Mary Poppins, or Mary Poppins into Princess Leia. Interesting. Yes, Amy Yamato. If you want to look her up, it's really neat. Some of it looks more fake than others. The photos though look pretty real, I gotta say. That was pretty dumb. That bit. Oh yes, I see. When did they do this? When did they do this changing of characters, the Leah thing?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm glad, because I don't.
Yeah, you turn off the water?
It was like a switching of faces or something?
Yeah. So the actor, young Leia.
Yes.
Her actor, they had to do a scene where she was young again. I think.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. And then the way they did that was that they took scenes from old movies.
Yep.
And basically just copy and pasted her face from those.
Yes. I think it was a little more complicated than just copy.
Oh, yeah.
Pasting.
No, I know that.
Okay.
No, just Control C, Control V. There we go.
You've got it.
Right.
Alma's got it solved. It's Control C, Control V. I love it. Yes, we're talking deep fakes, John. Hello, John, by the way, John P7. So let me just see. The Instagram thing is interesting because she's got a huge, well, not even she, they, for want of a better, because I mean, it's not male or female. I mean, it sort of, I mean, this character seems to present female, but who knows? So they have a following. Now, if you could start creating these characters out of the blue, you've got, again, no obligation. You don't have to pay rights to anybody. Once you created them, you don't need, then all of a sudden Instagrammers are no longer required. YouTubers are, what's going to happen when someone could just do this without me?
That wouldn't be as fun, I gotta say.
Well, that's nice. I gotta say, it's nice that Baz came around on that one. And then let me just move on to the other one. So Disney, not only are they doing these deepfake things, which are absolutely fascinating to me, and the idea, I think the key to take away here with these deepfake face replacement things is that you only need a library of as big a library as possible of video and audio and how they move for these computers to figure everything out themselves. Everything else, you just type in what you want them to say, they will say it. And right now, it's not perfect, but it's getting much better. What I'm
getting at here is that everything's a lie. You cannot trust anything. We're all in a virtual reality world.
Well, no, I haven't gone as far as Elon Musk on that. I don't know that we live in a virtual reality world, although that would be kind of cool. It would be kind of neat.
What is that?
What was that?
Would it be cool? Would it be cool?
Ironham, I'm not sure if you're the one with the noisy keyboard and mouse, but you might want to mute when you're not speaking.
I'm trying. Yeah.
That's okay.
My shift button that is my mute myself isn't working anymore, which is very bad because I need to use it a lot.
Okay. All right. I'm just throwing it out there. So Wizard, just Spramaniac says deepfake tech will ruin the concept of video evidence. What about that? Defense attorneys worldwide are salivating for the tech to be perfected. So, yeah, what do you do in a court of law now then? How does that work? What if someone accuses you? What if someone creates a deepfake, shows the video, and says, "There you go, proof"? It's interesting because I just don't know how we would progress from there. We now need technology, so I guess we need to also invent technology that can identify when video has been tampered with. Does that make sense? Man, it's a bit like a war, isn't it? It's a bit like sort of those it's like we're proliferating different weapons to fight the other weapons that we've created.
Fight fire with fire.
Exactly. So you're coming up with deepfake technology to find deepfake technology. Interesting. And I guess they'll just get better and better at it. I gotta say, I like the idea of it for film and stuff because I think that it's going to make filming a lot easier. Let me give you a great example of a difference between sort of what I would call like analog and a digital approach to filmmaking. When I first started filmmaking and being in films, you used to shoot guns. On Stargate, the beginning of Stargate, it was all real, not like real ammo, but like blanks. You would fire the gun, it would go off, there would be like muzzle flashes and all that kind of stuff. And you used to have to try to get the camera to be at the right speed so that it could pick up the muzzle flashes, otherwise you wouldn't see them. And it was kind of complicated to do, and also you had to have ear protection, you had to be very careful, obviously, because even blanks, like the guy from The Crow was killed, Brandon Lee was killed by a blank, right? So what happened was someone fired the gun, the cartridge jammed in the gun, they fired it again, and the next blank went off, and what did it do? It fired that cartridge out, which is just as good as a bullet, right? So he actually died on set while they were making that movie, and they had to use, basically, face swapping technology back in the day. It was all done manually.
Wait, so they kept him in the movie even after he died?
Yeah, if you watch a film called The Crow with Brandon Lee, he died while shooting that film. There were scenes where they had to project his face onto other people to finish the movie.
Did the family of him have to allow that?
I don't know.
Because I mean, wouldn't it be a bit upsetting if your relative dies on this show and they just say "Oh, it's fine. We'll just put his face on someone else and carry on."
I'm sure there must have been legal ramifications to that because he also was killed on set, right? So there obviously something.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just one of those things you go "Oh, no, it was just an accident. What can you do?" Well, the other classic example, of course, is the whole Fast and Furious, right? Who's the guy?
What happened on that?
Oh, Fast and Furious. So the young guy, I've forgotten his name now because I'm old. I'm sure the chat will come up with Paul Walker. So thank you very much, Thea. So Paul Walker was killed ironically in a car accident. I guess there was I think there was some talk of maybe there was some silliness in the driving, and anyways, he ended up dying in a car accident during the making of one of the last movies, and they had a whole last scene that they couldn't do without him, so they had to use this technology to replace him in the movie and add him to all sorts of stuff. Same thing with the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. That's right, because that actor also that guy had killed himself at that point. So, you don't think Walker died while filming? I know that they've definitely put him in movies since he's been dead. I know that. Oh yeah, Vic and the two kids in Twilight Zone. Oh my God. Oh, we're not focusing on everyone dying in films. You're gonna make me nervous. I was just saying, how do we replace people? His brother stood in. That's right. So Paul Walker's brother stood in, and they superimposed his face. Says Pixie Rose, and Pixie Rose is in the industry, so she knows. For the remaining Fast and Furious scenes, his brothers look similar enough, and they used him. Yeah, exactly. So he had died and was replaced by digital faces. And as you say, that's got to be pretty creepy for people. And I'm assuming they can put him in any movie they want now.
Yeah, I guess that's true. And also, think about it, there's tons of voice actors that probably couldn't even notice the difference if you got a good voice actor and just pasted his face on.
Yeah. Soon bag of chips. He'll be impersonating all sorts of voices.
The reason I thought of that is in Avatar: The Last Airbender, the guy that originally voiced Uncle Iroh, I think his name was Mako.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Anyways, this guy died. I think it was in the second season or something. He died during the second season, and they had to get a replacement voice actor.
It's kind of sad how easily we were replaced, isn't it? Yes. So there you go. Emperor Ghost Nappa saying correct. Mako died and was replaced. I'm with you, Alma, on this. I love having the chat here because you've got this amazing resource, right?
Yeah. And it's a thing with that. It is sad. At the same time, though, they did have one episode. One short in the episode, The Tales of Bossing Say, they did actually
say sorry. Goodbye,
put a little thing in that in honor of Mako. But it is The Tales of Bossing Say, basically what the entire episode about is you go with each of the main characters as they go around and do different things, and sort of do it's a really, really good episode, I think. And then one of the
addresses the fact that he's no longer with us.
And I didn't know what it meant. So, and then at Iroh's point in the episode, they do it's all about how they go through the day about how he's super nice. And then at the end of the little thing, he sings a song because for his son, then they do, and then on screen it goes, "Or Mako, we will remember you," or something along that line.
Huh.
I love
Baz,
that
are you
song.
singing that song right now?
Yeah. But Dad, can I take your keyboard?
What?
Okay.
I need your
What, like
keyboard.
right now?
Well, there's
like right now.
It follows Iroh through the day on his way to a secluded space to where he sets up a shrine and mourns the death of his son. Yeah, it is, and I agree. It was a very heartfelt moment. It's one of the reasons I love Alta, because it just, you really sympathize with the characters, and in a way, cartoons are sort of like what we're talking about now, just drawn.
Right. I think what's interesting here is that when I was growing up with, and just for those of you who've come in and said, what's going on here? Hello to everybody. Tomothy and Dispirimaniac would say, what are we chatting about today? We're chatting with the Tech Bandits.
Tech Bandit! Woot woot!
So it's Tech Bandit centric today. So that's why I'm not paying as much attention to some shout outs and stuff on the stream. I save those for Tuesdays. So one thing that I found very, very interesting was we came home one day and Baz was really emotional about this show, this animated show that we'd watched, and I realized that your group
sad shows one of the saddest movies in the world, Dad.
Yes. But the fact that animation spoke to you in such a way that I don't think it could affect me that way. My father won't watch cartoons because he's like, they're cartoons. He doesn't understand why he sees no connection with them at all. But for you, like, I hear you talking about animation. I hear you talking about anime and Alma talking about Last Airbender and stuff. You seem to be much more engaged in unhuman characters than I am.
Hey,
I'm curious to know if you think that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't know. I think another thing with cartoon
Which is why I think it's so easy to switch off to Unreal actors to real actors. Real actors to Unreal actors.
Fair enough. I think my only big problem with it, you just have to make sure that the real people still get a job, or at least you still have some sort of way for them to express their acting. You put your name in the goblet of fire, Harry. Wait, I love that from the scene, because it's did you put your name in the goblet of fire, Harry? Dumbledore said calmly, and then in the movie he runs up to him, slams him against the wall, and goes, "Did you put your name in the goblet of fire?"
A slightly different approach.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting though. I wonder if at some point if people said "What, you're making films out of books? That's travesty. They're books. They're not meant to be films." I would argue that that's the case in many cases still. But I'm just wondering if this is something that we're trying to get used to as the technology progresses. Maybe it's something that maybe your kids, God forbid you all have kids, but if you have kids, will they be like, so what, it's a CG character? I love them and I want to go see them in concert. What do you think?
That is really weird.
You think that's weird?
No, but why pay money to see something that isn't real?
Is it real?
I mean, it's gonna be the experience of seeing it on your phone.
No, I'm the same. I agree. But it's kind of interesting.
How about this as an interesting idea? Different characters can different actors can interpret the same character in different ways. For example, there's many scenes or scenes in movies where the actors have gone off script, and that's the final scene in the movie because the people loved it so much. So would the movies actually deteriorate, not be as good because you don't have an actual person interpreting that character?
Oh, did you see that? That bird just hit the window. I agree. I agree very, very much, because I do think that I call them happy accidents, and I think there's sometimes the things that you don't plan in movies are the most brilliant parts of the movie, because I think that the chaos, like the randomness in the world, is something that is so much more brilliant than anything most of us can come up with, right? But again, so I would say you don't want to stop. You don't want to say, okay, we're only using digital actors from here on in, which I think the big companies might. The big digital companies, I think there's a good chance that could happen because they just can't insure them. Basically, they get sick, they die, or more importantly, if they do or say something inappropriate. If you hire someone until they find out they're a racist or a criminal of some sort, and you can't sell your movie on them anymore, you've lost a lot of money. So I think they're going to get more and more concerned about how they can mitigate that kind of problem. Like, how do they stop that from coming back and getting them?
I think how you have to do that is, I think, I don't know, that's a hard thing, but at the same time, I think it's a downside, like that, to having a real actor, but at the same time, I feel like you should be able to tell from an audition whether an actor is
the right
has controversial thoughts that wouldn't work in your movie. Because I feel like if they say that a lot, then you're gonna see it in your audition. You're gonna see it from when they talk to you. If they don't say it a lot, if you don't say that a lot, if they don't do stuff like inappropriate stuff like that a lot, then and they do it once, that doesn't mean you have to kick them out. That just means you have to go, listen, we're not going to give you like your full contract if you don't do that. Like, I think companies just need to have
a contractual thing that you would demand.
Yeah, that's one way you could do it if you want.
So when they signed them, they would say you're signing something saying that this is never going to happen.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily that this is never going to happen. Just if you if you do something in the slightest that isn't what we want, like not what we want to, not in that way, but like,
they do that now. They definitely have what they call morality clauses. They've always had that, where they used to sign something saying, look, I am not going to do anything inappropriate or that's going to embarrass you in your film. And of course, some people obey that and some people don't.
Well, then if they don't, then you just go, listen, we're not going to pay you if you don't obey it. So like,
but you still have a movie that you've spent $100 million making, but I guess now you can replace their face.
Or now you could easily replace the actor because you don't have to pay that actor.
Right. But you've already filmed it. Like, what if you're filming really expensive stuff? There's a really great example here that someone brought up about Indiana Jones. Where is that? Yes. Sarad42 is saying Indiana Jones. So there's that great scene where they're in the marketplace and he's looking for the woman who's just being kidnapped and he doesn't know what to do. And then all of a sudden this guy comes out and he starts swinging this massive sword. It's like, like, what are you going to do? And he pulls out a gun and he shoots him. And it was like, it brought the house down. People were like, yeah, it was like the coolest thing because it was just like, he's too tired to deal with this guy. The reality was the actor was so sick. Harrison Ford was so sick that day. That was his suggestion for the scene because it was supposed to be a fight scene. But because of that happy accident, because of that getting around a problem, they came up with a far more creative solution and a far more cinematic solution to what they were originally going to do. So basically, I'm confirming your idea that I think robots and AI aren't going to be able to completely, replace all of that.
So I think you're right. Most actors will abide by that contract, and if it's been expensive, then you replace their face and you do that. And I think it's good to have that as a fallback. I feel like that shouldn't be the main thing. Or like the robot you showed us, that like another thing in the email for everyone else is that there's this robot that can do stunts.
Yes. Like in a stage show, which I thought was smart because you think about it, if you're gonna have to do those stunts day after day after day, something's gonna go wrong eventually, right?
Yeah, and maybe they have those robots there just so one night the performers can take a break and people won't really know the difference.
Right. And also, I hate to say it, they're cheaper. Eventually, they're cheaper, right? Because the biggest cost in most things these days is the people, right? So there you go. So I put the Stunttronics, as they call them, in there. And yeah, they've been working on these acrobatic robots that can do all these acrobatic things without actually having to risk any humans in the process.
This is really funny. So someone said like,
Where are we looking?
looking in the chat for a comment, and it's hard because for some reason scrolling
Once
is
you
broken.
start scrolling, once you start scrolling, welcome to my world.
Okay, but
Disney.
someone said is that the swordsman. Oh, there it is. The Premaniac.
Yes.
The swordmaster in Indiana Jones scene spent years learning his craft, incurring great expense and physical torture as a result, and he gets shot by Harrison Ford.
Yep. Yeah. No, there's definitely two sides to every argument for sure. And I think we do have to be sort of careful, I guess, about not losing. I mean, it would be sad if there were no longer acrobats because it's all done with robots. But like, there's so many jobs. I mean, this again always comes back to the fact of the matter is the robotics, the technology is almost always about trying to do things that humans would have done before, right? Apparently, Jack and Cass says that Harrison Ford spent months having to learn the swords. Yeah, that's great. That's really fun. Now, what else was there's a few other things in that email that we might want to talk about while we're here. What about this? What about, well, first off, we all love this with the Steam Sisters, and I should put those links in there as well. So this is Steam Sisters on YouTube. So I basically said to the Steam Sisters and to Tony, look, I haven't figured out this idea of actually having a live like video chat at the same time as this and have everyone hear it properly. So hold off, and we'll do that later. All right, so I'm gonna post that. So this is the Steam Sisters.
Brilliant.
Here we go. That's their YouTube channel. They're amazing. Love them, adore them. They're fantastic. And let me go see what else I've got in this chat. So the other thing that came up that I thought was kind of neat was the whole this ultrasonic sensor that called the no sensor that we're coming up with. The Tech Bandits came up with.
Okay.
What's that?
I'm just saying okay.
Okay. So the idea is that Tony was going to create a prototype for us, and he started it and has chosen an I2C ultrasonic ranger as his weapon of choice for trying to make sure that we stay far enough away from each other. Now, the little image that he's set up here for us is just a little 9-volt battery, little microprocessor, and a way of connecting it to the ultrasonic ranger, and also a little LCD screen. But the idea is that we want to have multiple sensors around a hat that would alert people when they were within their, whatever the prescribed limit was. And so I thought, wait a second, we've never really spoken, have we? Have we ever spoken about how ultrasonic works? I don't think we have. I love this video that we have that I've included here, which is a TED Talk about how basically where this all came from. Let me see if I can find.
Still haven't looked at that, but I should.
It's pretty neat. The idea is that I put it in. Did I forget? Did I miss that one? I might have missed that. Interesting. Maybe I put it up a little. I did. I put it up a little up the top here. Okay, so it was this one here. It's a TED Talk, again, and I will just share this because I figure that then everyone knows what's going on. You linked the channel, not the video. Yes, I did. Quake Cry. Here you go. This is so. Yeah, I just wanted to show off the Steam Sisters their channel. So this other one that I just posted is a really nice TED Talk animation on how this stuff works, and the idea that it was used in submarines in the Second World War as sonar, And now we get to put it on a freaking hat. That's how much we've advanced in this time. My grandfather worked on ultrasonics and the first remote controls back in the 1940s. Wow. Almost look stupid. That's great. Just got off work and saw you were live. Hi, says Aaron Cross.
Hey!
All right. And then, so we've done that. So the ultrasonic stuff is fun to look at. Yeah, so the idea there is that he's going to build something for us, a little prototype that we could just test this thing out. I think, and I think Alma agrees with me here, that we need to be looking at something with a little microprocessor, that like an Arduino or a, or a Raspberry Pi or something. Because I think we're going to need more than just a distance sensor. It'd be kind of cool if it could also record your interactions.
Okay, that's getting to the point where it's sort of creepy.
Yeah, okay, you don't want to get too creepy, you're right. But that's interesting because we're trying to fight the virus right now by using apps on phones. Wouldn't it be good if you got sick to know exactly who you've been in contact with so we can call them and say, hey, stay home?
Yeah, that is I don't know.
Unless you live in a regime that will also use that for nefarious purposes as well, which is basically every country in the world.
Camber, I think the name is. They said they just got woken up by a taller at 3 a.m. and noticed we were live.
What, really?
At 4:15, yeah. It's currently 12:14 or 12:15.
Wow,
here.
4:15. Woken up by a toddler at 3 a.m. Oh, boy. Oh, Becca Mama Bear, welcome to the world of toddlers. Someone said there was a great thing on my Tech TV, Twit TV. Yeah, no, it wasn't Tech TV. Yeah, it's Twit TV. So the guys who used to do Tech TV. And one of the guests was saying for Father's Day that nobody knows you want to know how much your parents love you? Have a kid. As soon as you do, you go, oh my God, you put up with all of this? So what's going on here? What else we got? Next watch. Some good trivia for our next watch party. Very good. Okay. And then, yeah, sorry, but just going back to the COVID sensor for a second. I think if there was a way, though, I think one of the big things that we'd come up with was how do we stop it from yelling at us for being next to people that we want to be with or that are clear, that are in a clear list. And again, this is a great opportunity for us to change. We have white lists and black lists is what technology has previously used. We're now going to say, what do we say? Safe zone, safe list, unsafe list, or unknown, or whatever.
Green list, red list.
Green list, I knew it was something genius. Green list and red list, of course. And in order to do that, I think we need something that's a little smarter than just something that's processing the
Allow and deny list.
Allow and deny, exactly. Perfect.
I think I think definitely if we're making this new tech, then putting something, making sure that we don't whitelist and blacklist, we like green list or allow list or like that. So, just doing some little things like that will really, I think, will help.
Well, yes, and testing them not just on white people. So that it only distances you from white people. Like that's like the racist soap dispenser. We want to make sure that we test ours on a suitable cross section of society, right? Because I don't know about you, but I don't want a racist distancing sensor. Do you?
The name for it too. Good list and naughty list. Ah.
Oh, that's true. Or naughty and nice.
Naughty and nice list.
Ha.
We'll have to check it twice to make sure.
To find out who's naughty or nice.
Yeah.
Indeed. All right. So we'll check in with Tony again on that as soon as we can. The other thing that came up, which I just caught my eye because I just think this is so cool, is this idea of the smart glove. What do you think of that?
Oh, that translates sign language?
Yeah. So you you can speak, for want of a better way of putting it, you can do the sign language, and this glove will quite quickly translate that into text that someone who doesn't speak in American Sign Language, in this case, it speaks so they can understand what's going on, which I thought was kind of neat. And I will give you the link for that.
That's cool.
Isn't that really cool?
Yeah.
So, not ASM. What's it called? I got the wrong. It's not ASMR. What's it called? American Sign. ASL. There you go. American Sign Language. I was like,
Not
wait a second,
ASMR.
it's a glove that translates
ASMR.
ASMR. No.
Make sure to put 6 jewels on the back of that glove, and it'll sell like hotcakes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sure, that Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode, I think Halloween episode, the one
Oh,
where
yeah.
and he Real Infinity Gauntlet was too expensive.
Right.
So
So he made his own?
No, so he bought a knockoff version from Russia that was like the Infinitude Gauntlet.
Oh, that's right. That's
and
right.
and with the like Infinitude stones or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it, it was so and that was also the one where I think Rosa won or something, and I'm pretty sure like that one went over like 6 months because people kept swallowing the stones or something.
Oh, right. That's right. They kept having to sort of like process the stones and things. Sorry. So who are we speaking to? We're speaking to the Tech Bandits today.
Yeah.
I'd like to know some French Sign Language. As a cashier, it would help a
Cashier.
lot.
Oh.
Interesting.
I don't know. That's smart though.
Is that it's so silly of me because I just assumed that sign language would be universal, but obviously it's not. So you'd have to have this. So this glove would
Would
have
be
to learn.
universal as well.
What was that?
I thought it would have been just like one sign language.
It's not. How weird is that?
Yeah.
But so it's almost like you could be speaking sign language with an accent. Is there anybody who requires sign
That'd be
language? I'm
funny.
curious to know.
You just slip in French accents into your signing.
Yeah. Meant to be somewhere virtually at 12. Got a dash. James, thank you so much, buddy. Talk soon.
And because of the mask, they
Stargate
can't read my
RPGs.
lips.
Well, and then masks again. So that has come up where one of our stream chats have mentioned the fact that they're putting windows in their masks so they can read lips. Right? Quake Cry. We're all talking on Discord, but I'm keeping it private because it's me and the kids. English Sign Language is tough because you always have to be holding a cup of tea. Oh, fumbles make stupid. Oi. Ladies, do you want to respond to that in any way?
I don't know.
Yeah, we got a couple of Londoners here, so be careful
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
English jokes. But that's interesting. So English.
I do like tea, so yeah.
Way to dispel that rumor. Wow. Okay, so Aaron Cross has looked it up, and apparently there are between 138 and 300 different sign languages. What?
Wow.
So weird.
Well,
Okay, that's insane.
languages too.
Why not just make one sign language, and then if you have to use sign language, you can say, like, if you go to any country, you can just speak the language. That'd be so good.
I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to have a standard for that kind of stuff. But here's the thing, though, right? Sign language has been around for long before the world went global, if that makes sense, right? So people,
Yeah.
I'm sure,
American,
had to come up with their own.
Uncle Ira loved this stuff. Nice, Uncle Ira.
And there's no governing body. It's so true. Yeah.
Also,
Could you imagine trying to argue over coming up with your own language?
Oh yeah.
I mean, trying to get some kind of like consensus from everybody. You know, the French are going to want that. Certain ways of saying things that the Brits aren't going to want. I mean, it'll become political in a way, wouldn't it?
Yeah. There's someone says they often have to read lips because of auditory processing disorders. So I can't imagine not being able to understand someone because I can't see their mouth. So they haven't left the house since quarantine.
I'm with Sally. I don't leave the house unless I absolutely have to. And I, too, because of my hearing issues, do notice a considerable difference in what I can understand when I can see and not see faces. Isn't that weird?
So is it hard to understand us right now? Because usually we're on Zoom chats, but we're on this amazing stream.
It's not bad because I've got headphones and I've got the volume up way too loud. So I've sort of artificially, using technology, I've upped all of your volumes, right? So I can hear. I love that the lads are most likely dual screening, right? I'm gonna see how quick it takes Baz to get back to me when I actually talk about him. Just curious to see how when I see that mute disappear. That I mentioned the muting so that he wouldn't have his tapping on the keyboard and stuff. But my hunch is that there's a lot of look. And by the way, I'm a big fan of dual screening. So if people want to, they should totally do that. I know that I like this is not a learning thing. This is supposed to be fun. So
I'm not dual screening. I'm still listening. It's just I'm trying to figure out why my shift key's broken. I think it broke. I think I'm gonna have to take off all the keys and the wiring and try to see what happened.
So it's just the shift key that's giving you
just the shift key because I keep trying to do like shift H and stuff, and I really need it for the tournament today.
Of course. So you can take my keyboard for sure for that.
Okay, so with auditory processing disorder, it isn't the sound that's the problem, it's the processing of it. Think of it like speech to text. It gets things weird and wrong. Oh, so it's still
that's interesting.
You can still hear everything. If I'm correct, you can still hear everything, but sometimes it just gets mixed up.
Confused. Interesting.
Is it
mine is definitely this is definitely a physical hearing issue.
Like
so mine is different.
Dyslexia, but for your ears, sort of? Or is that completely
that's a good
wrong?
way of putting it. Dyslexia for your ears. I like that.
Or is that completely wrong and I'm just kidding you? Or if that's true.
Oh, this is an interesting point, Sarah says. It's possible that some American Sign Languages signs could be offensive hand gestures in other countries. Oh my gosh, that's so true. I know some languages have words that don't translate to English very well, so maybe there's another reason. Well, yeah, because that's so true, of course. Like, for example, when we're in England, Lorenza's always teaching Baz horrible gestures and things that work in French, in English, that don't make any sense here. Or was it words? What was it? There were a couple of words that came up that we were like, weren't you guys like exchanging different like Canadian swear words and British swear words or something?
So Sally said, I like to describe
that
it as
happened once when we were probably 7.
I don't know what was happening, but
we were at the beach and we went into a car and then we started exchanging swear words.
I
once, like 5 years
Eleanor
ago.
and Baz, not with me.
Oh, yeah, I think
Eleanor and Baz.
The other car.
I'm sorry, of course. I should know that Lorenzo's much, much better behaved than that.
Yeah.
That's fighting talk. What do we got? All right, I'll use my...
Never mind. That makes me think of the Disney point. They point with 2 fingers to avoid offending some people. Pointing with 1.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Disney princesses have to point with 2 fingers. Another thing, that's like a job requirement. Also, the statue of Walt Disney, I'm pretty sure, is pointing with 2 fingers. Like the statues in the parks, he's always pointing with 2 fingers.
So I should point with 2 fingers? But then it looks like I've got a gun.
Yeah.
It feels weird.
Well, it's like, I wish I could show you, because, it's sort of like if you make a fist and then stick up your 2 fingers. It's not like a gun, it's more like...
Right, so it's like that.
You're not putting up your thumb or anything. Yeah, it's like that.
Okay, got it. All right.
Watching this is a bit late.
Right. So wait a second, what I've pointed in the past, that's offensive to some people?
Well, I think
I'm not gonna ask what it
can be. Because you're not supposed to point at people, right? You're not supposed to point at people. That's
rude
like
to point.
rude.
I was raised that it was rude to point.
Yeah.
I assume that you get away with anything now.
Ah, look at David's hat. It's so funny. Haha.
What?
Pointing.
Why? What's wrong with the hat? It's my Boba Fett hat.
It's funny. Haha.
It's Boba Fett. I thought what was neat.
Hat.
What was that?
I think it's a nice hat.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you very much. See? There
It's a
you
great
go.
hat, David.
Yeah.
You see? I much prefer the British Sign Language. So, one thing that's neat about this glove, though, is that I thought it was kind of cool the way, one reason why it was so sort of interesting to me was how many different things were being involved, right? So it was, you had a little app that was handling all of the processing and all the AI stuff to figure out what, I don't know if it's actually AI, but whatever it required to process what it was seeing. And also it required special fabric so that it could read the fingers, right? The sensors had to be these stretch sensors that allowed it to pick up what people were saying. And then what I loved was that separately, the signs said one thing, but when put together, the program turned it into "I love you," which I thought was really neat. Right? If you see the video that they included, it's kind of neat because it's like I, Y, and then it goes "I love you," and I was like, oh, I see. So, look, I'm a huge fan. I think that the biggest problems in the world are about communication, are basically about miscommunication, or people misunderstanding each other, or not having another person's perspective on stuff. So any technology that we can do that helps people communicate would be, to me, like world changing.
That's totally true. And then there's also just people that completely ignore what other people say, interpret it their own way, and then make a problem out of nothing. Or the people that or people that straight up ignore everything and make up their own stuff.
There are definitely always going to be jerks, for sure.
Dolphins!
And there are possibly evil dolphins. It's true. It's true. Hey, I should test my Tiny Cam too, by the way, while I'm here. Make sure that this is going to work. Well, I'm going to test my Tiny Cam now. Ready?
Here
it goes.
Oh, this is cool.
Okay, ready? Oh, you haven't seen Tiny Cam yet. That's right. Okay, wait a second. Hang on.
You know, where on your body
3
you're
cams.
signing, it means different things depending on where you are signing.
Okay, I've got 3 cams up now. And this is my friend, the ant. So this is one of our, I think most of you bandits have seen these while at the house. But now I've got Tiny Cam. We can look at things under the microscope as well, Alma.
I sort of hate it.
You sort of hate it? Oh, I'll get you something else.
Is that an
more. Hang
ant?
on.
It's a bit. Yeah, Sal, shiver ants. I agree. I'm fine with ants up far away, but that's just too close.
Poor ant. I feel bad for
it. David.
If anyone has good ideas or other things that I can put under this, let me know.
Cheeto.
But for the time being, we've got an ant.
Cheeto.
I think you might like this one too.
Cheeto.
Check out that beast.
You should put a Cheeto underneath it.
That is...
Oh, okay. Can you stop with the bugs, please? Oh, no. It has multiple legs. I hate it. I hate it.
Multiple legs. Okay, well then what about this cute little guy?
Yeah, it's actually okay.
That is a scorpion.
You know?
Isn't that neat?
It's okay. That's cool.
That's weird. But a scorpion is basically a spider.
Want an ocelot in the Tiny Cam.
It's small enough for the Tiny Cam, you think?
Hey.
What else would you like to see? So yeah, I should start taking requests for things to put under the microscope. Or please, people, do not send me things to put under the microscope because I don't want anything crawling out of an envelope that I've been sent. Just to be very, very clear.
I'm pretty sure the ant's dead.
It is a dead ant. Yeah, dead ant.
And yes, Pac-Man, I heard of the spider.
So these are just
bears.
These are just samples that have been put in plastic, and they're kind of amazing, I gotta say. I wish I had more of them. But up until very recently, I haven't had anything to actually show you. To show them with.
More people to bully David.
Ooh, mycology fungal slides. I do have a number of really cool slides, I've got to say. I could certainly look at some of those.
I still think you should put a Cheeto. I still think you should put a Cheeto.
I wish I had a Cheeto. If I had a Cheeto, I'd be eating it right now. I can
Chip?
put my snack out there. Do you want to see my? Do you want to see my snack? See if you can
Sure.
guess what I'm eating. Okay, hang on.
I think
Let
that's
me go really
sprinkling.
close though to make it harder. I want to make it as hard as possible. You haven't seen me pull it out yet, right? You can't see it. Did I hide it enough on the screen?
Mold on bread or cheese? Oh, actually, it would be really easy to get mold on cheese because you could just get some like blue cheese, so you don't have to.
I was keeping.
Oh, are those
bread.
like those little tiny rice crackers?
Maybe.
David, I have to go now.
Oh no, we're losing London.
Was I right
Goodbye,
though? Are
London.
those rice crackers? Or rice cookies?
Hang on, I'm just gonna say goodbye to
Okay.
our friends from London. Ladies, thank you very, very much. Thank you for defending the actor's life and the actor's profession.
I can stay like a bit longer, but
Great.
but then yeah.
But what is the plan for today? Is it gaming or is it real life people?
I'm meeting some friends at the park.
Aha. Well, obviously they don't have one of those ultrasonic things to keep you away.
Yeah.
You have to keep an ear out for it. If you can hear a really annoying sound, it's not
Okay.
All right, have fun. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you. Bye.
Appreciate it. All right, so back to here. So this is just one of these little snacks that I have. I have a little Rice Krispies snack.
Yeah, that's what I said. Amazing.
Yep.
Okay.
But I'm wondering how close. Do you want to see how close I can get to it? What do you think? Like, let's go microscopic, baby. Okay, here we go. And I need to go to the lot. I keep trying to focus it using the stream, but of course the stream has a bit of a delay, so I keep over-focusing or under-focusing.
Yeah.
Food does not look good under the microscope. Would you want to eat that?
Yes.
Really?
Looks like caramel.
I guess so. Ooh, what's that color stuff in there? Why is it red? Is that blood?
No, it's just burnt caramel.
But red burnt caramel?
I think you're looking into it too much.
Could my voice get higher?
Yeah.
Ooh, kind of neat though, huh? Yeah, what is that? What do you
sea
think that
monkey.
red stuff is?
You grow sea monkeys.
Sea monkeys. I have sea monkeys.
Also,
They're actually brine chimp. They're brine chimps.
brine
They're
chimps.
brine shrimps. Yeah, I've got some. You want me to put
That's
them under?
beautiful caramelization of the food. Yeah, it's.
You know what else I have?
Dang it!
I have
Oh,
a little thing of pond water that we could try looking at too.
look at that. Look at that.
Oh, River Song. It does not look like earwax. Now I'm
It does
never going to eat
now. It does now. Okay.
it. Now I'm going to find it very, very hard to eat it. But I'll try. So, okay. I like the sea monkey. I think it's a great idea. What else? Feathers? Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, from when the bird smashed the window.
Hmm.
Also,
Baz wanted me to catch the rat and put him under the microscope. I
just
think I have some rat. I have bits of rat, I think. If that makes sense. From that are slides, medical slides that have been prepared.
I think you should get the pond water. Everyone seems interested.
You want me to get it now?
Go ahead.
All right.
Chat and the chat and Tech Bandits can talk. Yeah, and I don't know what he means by bits of
You
rat.
feel free to talk amongst yourselves. I'll get the pond water.
Honestly, bits of rat sounds sort of disgusting. Let's steer away from those and forget you have them. Mosquito larvae in the water. Oh, and then you can crush them afterwards because mosquitoes are annoying. Oh, pizza's here. Have good food. That was great English there. Okay. Life leaf versus. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool idea. Sand. Sand's nice. Oh, hi, David. Yes, do join the Ironham TV Discord here. Mosquitoes are terrible.
Yeah, mosquitoes are awful.
West Nile virus is now being found in.
Sorry, so there is a Discord, but I'm keeping the kids Discord private just because as a parent, I think I'd prefer that. There is our pond.
Mine's basically a throwaway account because I made it only for this.
Oh, really?
Basically, yeah.
So that is our. I have been saving this pond water. It's not actually pond water. I call it like moss water because I took this moss off the roof of our garage like probably like almost 6 months ago.
Hey,
I was
well,
opening this for the first time in 6 months. And the idea is
Yeah.
I figured if I pour a little bit of it into a Petri dish like this, that already has something stuck to it, or maybe, oh no, there you go, that'll be better. I'll put it into this. And that should
Oh,
fit
we
in there.
thought-
Okay, great.
thought he had pound water.
Pound water? What's pound water?
Hey.
Woo! Yeah, it's ready. Who wants a drink? All right, here goes.
Ooh, spider webs. Oh, that would be beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Has anyone ever seen like in the morning when there's like dew and it's on the spider web? Oh, a
beautiful.
blood drop. Okay, we got some.
Oh, yeah, no, blood drops are cool too. Okay, if I put it
Oh,
there.
we
that
think we
one
just
there
saw a
as well.
squirrel in the distance. Run, squirrel. I'm squirreling.
Squirrel in the distance. Okay. Here we
Everyone's
go. I don't know if we'll see anything on this one. Because I haven't gone, like, I've just taken out what's in there already. Like, what at just the top of the pond water. So let's see.
Oh, okay. I see a little black dot in there.
Probably just stuff floating, isn't it?
It's not focused very well, I don't
I'm
think.
trying to focus, horrid child.
Oh,
there's a-
there we go,
what
there
is
we
that?
go. Oh, that's pretty focused.
Do we see anything?
Yeah, totally.
But I don't see
I-
anything moving or anything.
It sort of looks like grease almost.
Yeah, what is that? I don't see anything moving, though. What if I up the light a little bit? Will that help?
Oh, hi, King Ice Ninja 121.
Why don't I try going a little further in?
Yeah, we won't see a blood cells unless you have a stronger magnification.
Really?
Good idea.
What
Think-
magnification does it have to be for blood?
Yes, a
Curious to know.
moosic.
I think I just dipped my microscope in the water.
Well, maybe you'll be able to see it better if you put it in.
It's true.
It almost looks like a jelly when it sort of moves
Yeah,
back.
it doesn't
Yeah,
look
it's like
very alive,
oozing.
does it?
A bit
I
of
don't think it's
gelatin in
alive.
that, and there you go. You got a nice snack.
A nice jello salad. I
Okay.
don't know. What do you think? I'll go full
400.
screen so you can see.
400 times.
Okay, well, I am right now. We are only 50. Can I go even closer? Wait a second. Can I go closer and closer? Yeah. Oh. I feel like we were almost there. Algae. Oh, yeah, that could work. Okay, this is I think this is as close to maximum. Okay, hang on. Stop bouncing around. What is that? Oh, is that moving? What's... Oh, there's no Discord. Okay. Well, let me do this then.
Oh,
There you go. Is that better? Is
yeah,
that better?
can you hear us now?
How's that?
Check one, check one, check one. Have sound? Do we have sound? Hello, hello, hello.
Boy,
We have
how is
sound.
that? There you go. They can hear the bandits again.
We
Good,
can hear
good,
us.
good.
Woo! We're back.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot going on. Do you? Oh,
I don't really.
Eesh.
We have to get some pond water
Yeah.
from an actual pond next to David.
Yeah, maybe not just the roof.
Yeah, not just the roof.
Ooh. What is...
Yeah, it does look blurry. Looks like
very
this
hard
idea is dead
at
in the
this-
water.
Yeah.
One. What's the power of the microscope you have?
This is about 250. Well, 200.
50. Oh, I saw in chat someone saying you need 400 to look at
That's really bright light.
blood cells.
It's very
Someone
difficult
press
because whoa, what's that? It's that beast. All right, here you go. Stop touching the table. See if that helps.
Just watch. Stop. It's like something. Stop moving.
What do you think? Do you see something?
Splooge? Yeah.
Yeah, is that... What's that pink thing?
Like a piece.
Is anything moving?
No.
I feel like I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of white stuff happening that I wonder might be... There's definitely a... I wonder if I should mix up the water a bit more.
Try that.
Try to get some of the stuff from the bottom. What do you think? Should I do that?
Try.
All right, I'll do that. I'm gonna toss this, and I'll get a little bit more water, but I'll shake it up. So if I shake this up, and then put it in there, I'm thinking there might be more stuff dredged up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Bandits, are we happy with that?
Sure, why not?
Okay, I will do that. It occurs to me, of course, that there you go. Now I'm back. Okay, so I'm gonna take this,
stained
I'm
or
gonna shake
dyed
it up,
in the microscope.
and I'm gonna pour the mixed up stuff in here, and we'll look at that.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
But I'm thinking I
Sally
might just
Fowl 9, it's been very useful, this chat. Lots of good information. It says
I know.
some stuff has to be stained or dyed to actually see them under a microscope.
Yeah, some things need that to show up. I guess we could try that sometime too. But I'm going to try also just in one tray. Because I'm thinking that having both, it might make it more shaky. I'll be back in 1 second. Please feel free to talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, who is still on their pajamas?
It's like quite late here, so I'm not in my pajamas.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like 5:44. So
Okay.
yeah.
Whoa, this is really dirty water now. This is super dirty water. Okay. So let me get this right down. And
that's very accurate. So I haven't really
see people yelling at
my
me.
pajamas
Okay.
unless I need to go out.
Yeah, I would never get out of my pajamas unless I had
Switching pairs.
to. Okay. Oh, look.
We're seeing stuff.
All right. I'm stepping back from the table in the hopes of stopping it from shaking. I see something moving. Do you want to go to the full screen?
Try that. Can anyone see stuff moving? I think stuff in the bottom might be moving.
I think
seems-
things might be moving around there. Oh,
Yeah.
what's that?
What is that?
Do you want to try focusing on it?
Ooh, there's some blue stuff coming in.
I'm wondering what that little circular thing there is.
Oh,
Do you want to move it around a bit?
Hi.
Whoa, jeez, that moves so fast. Okay, so if I go to like there, and then I do a little focusing, it's very hard to focus at this level because it sort of unfocuses again when you let go. All right, try that.
Are we seeing stuff?
What do you think? I feel like this feels slightly more active somehow. Like I'm seeing things moving in the bottom.
Okay,
sort of
people are
middle
saying
there.
they think they see stuff. So either we're all hallucinating or there actually is something moving.
It's possible. Yeah. Not as much as I thought, to be honest. I thought there would be more. Nature, you're very disappointing. Oh, there's lots going on there. What's going on
Hey,
there?
you're gonna need to get an even higher zoom, and then we can see.
You think so? I don't think I
Brilliant.
can afford that. This was expensive enough already. All right, how's that? Come on.
Oh yeah, it sort of looks like, you know how you get little spots, like when you get like good vanilla ice cream, you get little brown speckles.
I would not eat this ice cream. I'm seeing stuff moving.
Yeah.
I'm seeing lots of things moving.
Don't threaten nature that way, David. Yeah, your
Something
house
just-
is gonna get knocked down tomorrow.
What's that? That's moving. Looks like a wormy looking thing.
Yeah, there is. So,
Oh wow.
anyone see?
It's really moving around.
Anyone see down there that
Is
little
something eating?
bottom center? That what is that?
I don't know.
Water bears? Water bears?
I'm hoping. I really want them to be tardigrades. I love tardigrades.
Ah, it's moving.
I know.
Bugs?
Maybe if I turn the light down a little bit, would that
Maybe.
help? Or maybe turn it up. What do you think? I mean, I
Turning it down
does
and
that
then
help?
try
Oh,
turning it up.
that's so creepy.
Isn't that wild?
Oh,
Yeah.
There is definitely movement in there.
Yeah.
It's like something's like tugging away at it or something.
it's like jiggling slightly.
Oh, and there's at the top right. It's very hard to see, but there's something flitting around up there.
Light up. Sally
Light up
saying
again?
light up. She seems to be our expert on microscopes here, so.
Okay, light up. Whoa.
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, everyone. We're at two. Oh, that's light down.
Hang on a sec. Let me see if I go a little deeper with the focus.
Oh,
So that's the
Look,
bottom.
that's much clearer.
I think that was the bottom.
There we go.
I can't get it to. How's that?
That's a bit. Oh, wait.
That's the bottom though. So
I
I'm
think the
thinking.
stream has to catch up a bit on this.
Yeah. So there's
I don't
definitely
think-
something to the right. On the right-hand side, there's something moving around.
Yeah, you can see it.
Definitely. But I don't think it's in focus. So let me go focus less.
An
deep.
expert on microscopes. They just finished Gen Bio course. Okay.
Nice. What do
Still
you got
more of
for
an
us?
expert than any of us.
Certainly.
On a bit and change the focus. I'm hearing. Down a bit and change the focus.
Okay,
Each
so
bubble
there's that.
shape. Each bubble shape. I think that's a good way to describe it, actually.
So there's something right smack in the middle of the screen right now.
Yeah,
That is
I think there definitely
and
is.
you don't think it's a tardigrade, do you? I'm trying to focus.
Ooh,
Is that it?
it's definitely moving.
Could that be it?
That's perfect. Perfect. Stop moving. I think, well, maybe not perfect,
there's
but
something
it
in
seems
there.
to be good.
What is it?
Do you think? I think that's. Don't stop. Don't
No,
move.
it's like a worm or something.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely something in there.
Is it?
It's like extending.
Oh, and at the top too. There's
Oh,
something-
yeah.
Yeah, at the top,
Oh,
at the
wow.
very top.
Oh man. Well, this is Bag of Chips' realm because this is where all of his parents' bugs come from. Well, not
Can
here,
we
but-
get an explanation of tardigrades?
Oh, tardigrades are water bears. They're amazing. The problem is as soon as I touch the desk in any way, what is that thing? Do you want to pan around for a bit?
Sure, let's try it.
All right, I'm panning
Looks like
around. See
granite,
what else we
yeah.
got. What if I go in here?
Oh, wow, we're moving.
Yeah.
I don't see
Oh.
much in there.
We're focusing it a bit and wait a few seconds.
All right, hang on. The problem
Okay.
is that the focusing is. I wish I
Does-
had
David, does the light come from the top or the bottom?
the top.
Okay.
The problem is as soon as I focus it and let go, it sort of readjusts slightly. Well, if anyone's got any recommendations for really good, very more focused or focusable microscopes, let me know. Moss piglets. I like that.
Moss piglets.
The moss piglets. All right.
I have to go.
That's a horror movie or something. The
You
moss.
don't want to look at pond water anymore?
I mean, it was very interesting, but
I'm totally teasing.
And-
Thank you so much for coming.
well, thanks for having me.
Oh no, a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Enjoy your London.
Yeah, enjoy your Canada. Yeah,
Enjoy your puddle.
yeah.
Bye.
All right, thanks again.
Bye. See you like next
Bye.
week. Bye.
Now I will have to wrap up at 1 o'clock, everybody. By the way, because I don't even want to tell you what's happening.
Upstairs to steal your keyboard in the next 5 minutes.
Once at 1 o'clock you can.
Okay.
How's that? Baz, you want to tell them what we're doing?
Woo!
Why I have to leave?
There's
I have to
grades on the
prep
moon.
for my Overwatch thing.
Oh, it's not just the practicing Overwatch, but you've got a meeting that we have to attend, right?
I do?
Have you forgotten?
Oh, to see a dog.
We are apparently seeing a dog. Despite me saying, no dogs. My wife and my son have decided that we may be fostering a dog just to see what they're like. There you go. No, this is a whole moose egg. This is actually a little petri dish of stuff that I've got in there. Let me see if I can remove it so you can see what I'm doing here. So I've just taken a little petri dish.
I've never
of
win
stuff.
decisions.
What's that?
I've never won decisions. That's sort of true, yeah.
I loved my dog very, very much, and I miss him very, very much. But I just don't know that I want to be picking up and looking after a dog for another, 14 or whatever the hell years it's going to be. But I also understand that I'm not the only person in the house, and that there's probably a bit of a debate on this. So let me see if I can get a little more focus for you. Man, I do
Focus
see how
better
this
with
could.
slides and cover slips.
Is it? Wouldn't that squash them and stop them from moving around? Definitely
If
something.
there's no
looks like
microscopic, I think no.
How's that?
Pay your kids to pick after the dog. We don't have a pet. I think my sister wants one, but I don't know.
If we go and live back in England again, I would get like 100 dogs. You know what I mean? Bertley much prefers this to the spider, apparently. Yeah. Here's the. Am I the only person who gets motion sickness from microscopes?
No.
I
mean,
actually
yes, you're the only person. I don't have.
Okay, all right.
Oh, Pac-Mom
A
has
better microscope can light
chinchillas!
from the bottom. Oh, really?
Chinchillas! Much better than this.
Well, I could light it from the bottom. Could I? I could light it from the bottom. Wait a sec. If I flip it over.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could do that. Wait a sec. It's all wet. Well.
Sally gets motion sickness from a microscope.
So hang on. So if I do this, flip it up, and then put this on top. How's that?
You have 2 dogs and a cat ATM. At the moment, I'm guessing that's what you mean.
Ah. Well, I can certainly set it up so that sits a little more still. If you think that's going to be a better way of looking at these things. I like this advice. Advice from people who know what they're talking about.
Chinchillas!
Chinchillas? Really? Okay, now that doesn't work because it's not going to hang over. Okay, so I'm probably going to just drop us all offline now because I'm goofing around with this. But if I put that on top, will it sit without... Okay, that's lit from below now. I feel this could
I miss
go
having
very
dogs
bad.
and spend hours watching the Pet Collective channel.
There's a Pet Collective channel?
I think I sort of what I like to do is steal other people's dogs.
Okay,
Not
that's
actually,
lit from below.
I don't actually steal them, but I mean, I'll go over to their house and I'll spend time with the dog or the cat or whatever animal they have, and then leave them to pay the vet bills and pick up the poop and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, no, I'm a big fan of other people's dogs. So that's lit from below now. So what I did was I flipped the microscope over and just very precariously put the dish on top. So I'll probably, Baz will come and get my lap.
Suggestion.
Hmm.
Put the camera to the microscope so our microscope experts can see what you're doing wrong.
All right, here we go.
Oh,
there you go.
Bertley's leaving. Bye.
That's it.
Thank you.
That is the microscope. Bertley, have a good one. Thank you. So that's the microscope. Let me just go to Just Hewley.
I was about to say, River Song. Glad
So
cat.
I very precariously put that, just stuck it on top for the time being. I was looking at obviously the other way around.
Yeah, no. Okay, so kind of cool to see your view behind the screen. Also, Sal 9's asking how much did that cost?
I think it was just over 100 Canadian.
Canadian, eh?
It's a Celestron though, so I thought that that's a good brand for certainly for its lenses and things.
Yeah, Fumble McStupid says he or she does not know that kind.
Oh, really? Well, they make they're very famous for their telescopes. Let me just go just tiny cam for you again so you can see. Oh.
Like a mama bear. It sounds like you have a lot of pets and kids. So a dog, 3 cats, and 5 kids.
Oh my gosh, that is a lot of pets. A lot of pets. All right. Well, I think we're going to have to wrap this up anyways, but that's kind of interesting. So I'll look up, and if anyone's got any tips on this stuff, obviously let me know. But it would be nice to see, I'd like to see a tardigrade. Can you see a tardigrade? Could you see a tardigrade at, what am I at? At like 200?
Yes. Sally Sal says they found a real microscope for $143 US, which is that okay?
So
let me
like
just quickly
almost 200
give me a
bucks.
sec. I'm gonna get that.
That's almost $200. I have a real microscope. The problem is, how do you share it online? And that's why I really like the whole USB microscope that we've got sorted out here. Of course, the USB, I'm not actually using the USB. I'm just using the HDMI, which is just the video out. So I'm seeing a little bit of activity in the middle there. Do you see that? Definitely some motion in the middle now.
Oh yeah, so I just translated
maybe some legs and things.
142.99 United States is 194.61 Canadian.
Yeah, it's almost $200. Again, I'm happy to upgrade if it's going to make a difference, but it's a microscope camera. Yes.
Oh, can you put a phone with a bright white screen under the dish as a backlight?
Mm-hmm.
That's smart.
Yeah, you could totally do that. I am definitely seeing a lot of activity in the center of that thing. What is that? Look at it. It's like rotating the whole thing around.
Yeah.
I wonder what it is.
The black thing is moving.
Well, is it the black thing, or is it just something that's sort of attached to the black thing? A deaf cat. Wow. Do you teach it sign language?
So 2 pets.
All right. I think we've got a little bit of activity. Thank goodness. That's good. But nature hasn't completely eluded us today. We've had rats. We've had squirrels. We've had... Oh, that's not me. You go back up here. I forgot about that. So, Tech Bandits. I gotta say, I love this live stuff.
Yeah.
Love it. Because I really like being able to go to the chat for this stuff as well, right?
It's sort of crazy. You know what's sort of crazy? The fact that this week I feel like we didn't squirrel as much.
We didn't squirrel?
As much.
Interesting. So we sort of stuck to the email a little better.
Well, yeah, last week we were talking about how to burn 5G towers. So
oh, that's true. Yeah, we did bounce around a little bit. That's true.
Does anyone want? I found the review. I found the recap. Someone said yesterday. Someone said last week. Really hilarious. Does anyone have a good enough memory to give us a recap? Oh, and squirrel.
A recap of last week.
This week.
This week. Recap of this week. Boy, okay. So we talked about face swapping. We talked about the pros, the cons, and the potential uses of it.
It's their last Twitch session for a few weeks. No.
What was that? It's almost McStupid. What? Where are you going?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Ooh.
For the microscope. I have an amazing old microscope, but for slides. But trying to get something attached to it because it's all these, fancy Leica lenses and everything is just too expensive.
Off to the UK.
Off to the UK. Jolly good. Fumbles McStupid. From where?
Yeah, where are you coming from? Or
Where are
going
you coming from?
Coming from?
Can you vacation in the UK now? I guess people are actually going places. I still don't really leave the house.
Well, I don't know. If you're in USA, does USA have
From
like
Switzerland.
what about from Switzerland? Switzerland, wow.
There you go. His river song, I think, has wrapped it up really well. We've got rats, birds, unidentified wobbly water creatures from the deep, and a squirrel in a Stargate. So we did that. We covered the idea of a glove that will convert American Sign Language into actual spoken text. We spoke about the no outbreaks here, the no sensor, which is a series of arrays on a hat that will keep people the safe distance away. Again, a Tech Bandits creation. And
Okay.
yeah.
I said Europe's out of confinement. That would be
Yes.
awesome.
Europe is out of confinement. We are not.
Driving and taking the tunnel.
We're worried about opening our border at this point because because we're where the Americans are going to come up and infect us all.
I think another people seem to hate Ontario right now too. But that's
really why?
Because we have so many cases, but also we do have like
so many people.
Like 10,000 out of the 10. Well, how many? Let me check. Okay, so
you gonna check, find out. Okay.
The
Queen of Google. Oh, it's after 1.
Of Canada. Quickly, population of Canada is 37.59 million as of 2019. Population of Ontario is 13.7
million.
No, 14.57 million.
Wow. So that's a pretty big chunk of Canada there.
Yeah, and Toronto is
we're also very close to the border.
9.93 million.
Wow.
Like what? British Columbia is 5.071 million.
Right. And we are, what did you say?
I think I said 14.57 million.
Yeah, that's a little bit different. All right, I got a date with the dog.
For your very important date. We did Alice.
Indeed.
Actually, we were gonna do Alice in Wonderland this year.
Really?
And in our school for play.
That's an odd book. Oh, as a play.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been fun.
I was gonna be Alice too. Would have been.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What if you all recorded your own parts and then did it live?
Problem is we didn't have much of a time to practice because
right.
Teacher strike.
Oh, that sucks.
Woohoo! Teacher strikes.
And there was a teacher strike as well. That's right. Yeah, you definitely got a few whammies this year, didn't we? That was part of the Tech Bandits, wasn't it? Although we got to have Tech Bandits at home because of that.
Oh, that was fun.
All right, we're not getting a dog, just so everyone's very clear, because I have, of course, have the last and final say in this house. And if you believe that, then the deepfakes will really work for you.
Jack and Cass, even though I'm sad, yeah, you do have to go, don't you?
Yeah, I'm out of here. All right, again, everybody, thank you very, very much. Oh, I should do big thanks to our one and only sponsor level, sponsor level Patreon? Is that what I'm calling them? DStat. All Patreons, all subscribers, the Bandits. Thank you so much, everybody. This has been amazing. I look forward to doing it again. We'll be back I'll do a Chitty Chat on Tuesday, which will just be me. And then Wednesday we're back with the PC Bandits. Friday we're back with the Tech Bandits. So, yeah, you should. If you want to join us for the PC Bandits, you're welcome to do that too.
That sounds interesting. I might.
If you want to.
I might.
We sort of try to talk about science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, but mainly we just talk about video games, and then I try to find little ways that could be slightly more world changing than just playing video games by yourself. So. Thank you, everybody. I guess I should say, I should do the Until We Geek Again. Actually, you guys can all join me in that if you want to. I'm going to say, Until We Geek Again. All right,
Until
cheerio.
we
Baz,
meet
you up for this?
again.
Until we geek again.
Indeed. So 3, 2, 1. Until we geek
Geek
again.
again.
Cheerio!
Fun as always.